Hello everybody and welcome to episode 93 of the Let's Play world. I am over here in the Mesa, gonna round up a bunch of terracotta for our potion brewing project. And I was just thinking about, this area here with, this portal and this bridge and all of that. It feels very unfinished, and I feel like we've had this very unfinished for a long time. I know on the wall it does say build an outpost for the Mesa area, but we've just been so distracted with the city build and with the mob zoo and some other little projects, and we just haven't gotten to it yet. So that's one thing I kind of want to figure out is what are we going to do next? So first thing I want to do is I want to complete the potion brewing project today, get that all finished and decorated and looking good. Second thing I want to focus on, like I said, is the mob zoo. I want to get all of the exhibits laid out and built, and that way, when we stumble across mobs or decide we want to go capture a mob, that project will just kind of be in place and kind of self-sufficient at that point. And the third thing is I want to finish the city project. I know that seems like a huge undertaking, and to be completely honest, I don't know that it'll ever be truly done. I think it's one of those things that we'll always keep adding to or build something new if we get some new blocks and that kind of thing. But I feel like right now it's obviously not finished. There's a big gap between the village and the downtown area, and I kind of want to fill that in, and then the other main drag that goes off towards the ocean, I want to kind of get some work done there as well, so that it's at least presentable. We can walk down the street and feel like it's a city. As we approach episode 100, these next couple episodes, I do want to do some reflection and kind of go over some of my favorite builds, do a little bit of a world tour of some areas that we haven't visited in a while. Maybe that'll stir up some future projects. I also want to talk a little bit about the music on the channel. All of the music that you hear, I do. And I was thinking about posting that so that you guys would have access to that. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in the comments. Once we get those big projects kind of done and in place, I kind of want to move on to some of our other areas. The spawn chunks have been neglected for a long time. We've got the Mesa, which we've never really built anything other than a portal. And then, we found those mountains way up north. It'd be great to kind of expand to some of the new 1.18 areas and do some building out there. With 1.19, there's going to be some new types of farms that I'm definitely going to be interested in building. And if we move to a new part of the world, we might want to build some farms we've already built, but maybe we'll build them in a different way or bigger or something like that. So those are some things I'm thinking about as well. Like I said, for today, let's finish the Potion Brewing Magic Academy project. Between episodes, I did a lot of landscaping, so you can see looks a lot more presentable, a lot of flowers, bushes, some tall grass, that sort of thing, all the way along the front of the building. Did a couple of trees on either side here, so that looks a little bit more natural, and I think it's looking really good. Still have this side to focus on, and I haven't quite figured out what I want to do here yet, so we're not going to worry about that today. Today, I want to focus on what's going on inside here. And one thing I decided was purple terracotta. I think that is going to look awesome with a little bit of a tile border, and that's what we're going to do. This turned out really, really great. So when we walk in this door now, we have this purple floor, looks fantastic. And then on either side, we've got a couple of tables. Along the back, you can see I built a half wall. Everything is labeled. And we just have like this kind of magic workshop going on here. Stuff all over the tables, along the walls. Really cool. Got candles and some hanging lights, different things to keep it bright in here. Off to the side here, got a door that kind of leads around, and we've got a little storage area back here. This is just where I'm keeping some supplies, and so that I can get at things to reload our potion brewing stations. On the other side of the room here, kind of travels along, and then we get a little bit of a jog over here. Some candles to keep it bright. And like I had said, I wanted to keep this kind of ruined looking. Got a nice pool in the middle here, some glowberries to light it up, and it looks really cool. Way up there is a spore blossom, and that's why we're getting some of these green particles floating around. The other side, I think I'm going to save that for 1.19. There might be like a new farm or something that we want to build, so we're going to save that space in case we decide we want to build something else over there. I'm realizing I don't know where my ender chest is. I usually carry one around, and I haven't seen it for a while. But anyway, over here at the zoo, we are going to build some exhibits. So now when we walk into the zoo, across from the wolves over here, we're going to have chickens in this space right here. This glass thing over here is going to be bees. We'll have a few bees in there. Just up the hill, we've got this space here, and this is going to be cows. And then across the way, this is going to be pigs. And apparently we have a volunteer already. Over here, I'm thinking this is going to be donkeys or mules. And then over here, we'll probably have a couple of sheep. This over here in the corner, this is going to be cats. And then if I put donkeys and mules in the same enclosure, then we have an extra space. But I could also give them each their own space. I haven't decided yet. Over here is where the fantastical creatures are going to go, like an iron golem or a skeleton horse, that kind of thing. I wanted it to be real kind of laboratory-like. So we have 6 cells over here that we're going to cover in glass, and then we'll keep each of them in these cells here. It gets really dark down to light level 2, but everything should be spawn-proof. Right across from the fantastical mobs, we're going to have our snowy mobs. So the first one we'll run into will be right down here, and this will be rabbits. And then we pass our cave entrance here, and we get this really cool space, which is where the polar bears are going to be. Next to polar bears, we're going to have goats, nice and deep, so hopefully they don't jump out of here. And then next to goats, this is where we're going to have llamas. Down at the end here, this is going to be the nether mobs. And pretty much the only thing that's going to be in here is striders, zombie pigmen, and zoglins. And then finally, on this side is going to be the jungle mobs. So we're going to have pandas, we're going to have ocelots, and we're going to have birds. Still have a lot of little adjustments to do, little tweaks, lighting things up, adding lava to the nether area, but basically everything is done except for hostile mobs. The hostile mobs are going to be over here across a little bridge right over here. And the hostile mobs are by far the largest exhibit. I think most of these were between 3 and 8 mobs. This is going to have at least 20 mobs in the hostile area. So we're going to save that for a different episode. We still have to build this bridge, do a little bit of terraforming. We're going to build a conservatory of flowers. And then, like I was saying, I'd like to build like a little zookeeper building or zookeeper station over here somewhere as well. But honestly, we got a lot done. So we've got this nice little wing down here, this wing here, our existing zoo, and then this wing over here. And whenever we want, we can start grabbing mobs and popping them in here. I want to check it out over here and see if it looks any different. Wow. Yeah, the polar bear and the nether exhibit really stick out. The goat exhibit's pretty big. The jungle and the plains, you can see some, stuff is happening, but it's a little more subtle. Once we get that bridge in here and then we build our hostile mob exhibit over here, that's going to be pretty impressive as well. We got a lot done this episode. I'm really happy with what we accomplished. Next episode, I want to spend some time on the city, see if we can get a bunch of that done, and I also want to do something about these golden pants. Cursive binding is a heck of a thing, and we'll have to deal with that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun. Please like and subscribe if you want to follow along on the adventure, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.